So, coming to the other short writing composition, I am starting with invitations. Invitations are of two types, formal and informal. So, first of all, we'll talk about formal invitations, replies to formal invitations. Now, the points to be remembered in the case of formal invitations are to be written in third person. The matter is always written in third person. Don't use the first person pronoun anywhere in the matter. Matter is centrally aligned. Centrally aligned means keeping equal margin both the sides. Now, first line belongs to the host. Who is the host? The one who is extending the invitation. No abbreviation to be used. Simple present tense is used. Each entry to be mentioned in a separate line. Example, the name of the person who is are inviting. Formal expressions like request the pleasure of your company, time and date of event, purpose and occasion of invitation. Lines of uneven length as per requirement. So one information, one line, and line of uneven length. Now in RSVP, now, many of the people will ask, what is this RSVP? RSVP is actually the short form of a French expression. Répondez s'il vous plaît means please reply. So, in RSVP, address and telephone number is given at which the invitee may contact for any queries. In official invitations, time by which the guests are to be seated, name of the chief guest, program may be given. This formal invitation is also known as card type invitations. Now, for occasions, especially the social functions, marriage, and all that. So, first line, it is the name of the host. Now, in the case of the host, if it is individual, no problem. But if it is a couple, then it will be always written Mrs. and Mr. Not Mr. and Mrs. But it will be always Mrs. and Mr. So Mrs. and Mr. Satish Sharma solicit your gracious presence on the auspicious occasion of the marriage of their granddaughter. Name, then in bracket you can mention daughter of so and so with the name of the person, son of so and so, on 17 September 2011 at 7:30 p.m. at Red Carpet Party Lawn, Preet Bihar, Vikas Marg, Delhi, so and so. RSVP Vinod Kumar Sharma. Now, who is this Vinod Kumar Sharma? Is someone who is related with the family. B36 Rajdhani Enclave, Vikas Marg, Delhi. Now, at this side, this is not so compulsory, but you can mention with best compliments from all relatives. So, this is an example for the card for marriage occasion. Now, formal replies for the same thing. Now, the reply can be both acceptance and refusal. Now, in this case, the points that you have to remember is acknowledge the invitation, express thanks in third person, not to be signed at the end. When accepting, confirm dates and times. If declining, give reasons, convey your best wishes. Give date and address at the top left hand. Now, this is acceptance, date, address. Mrs. and Mr. Ramesh Kumar thank Mrs. and Mr. Satish Sharma for their kind invitation, which they are delighted to accept. It's their great pleasure to attend the ceremony. Now, here you can also mention the occasion for which the invitation was given, the date, and the time. Now, for the refusal. Now, refusal should be always graceful. So, date, place, Mrs. and Mr. Ramesh Kumar thank Mrs. and Mr. Satish Sharma for their kind invitation, but regret their inability to accept the same due to some urgent and unavoidable assignment abroad. Now here again, I have written it in a little short, but here you can write the name of the occasion. In both the cases, whether acceptance or refusal, mention the occasion for which the invitation was extended. Now, in this case, what it will be? Mrs. and Mr. Ramesh Kumar thank Mrs. and Mr. Satish Sharma for their kind invitation on the occasion of their daughter, so and so, but regret their inability, or for thank for their kind invitation on the occasion of which they are delighted to accept. For the formal functions such as school, institutions, clubs, society, and all that. For example, the principal, staff, and students of Lakshmi Public School, Modern Town, Delhi, request the pleasure of your company on Annual Day celebration on Saturday, the 28th December 2011 at 5:30 p.m. in the school auditorium. Shri Arvinder Singh Lovely, Honorable Education Minister, has very kindly consented to be the chief guest. RSVP, Administrative Officer. Now this is the number. Special instruction. This card admits only two. You are requested to be seated by 4:30 p.m. So these are the things which can be mentioned while it is a function of a society, a school, an institution, or something like that.